Hey everyone, Melissa here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, if it's your first time here, I'm grateful to be here with you. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Also really grateful to be here with you. I'm coming to you from the beautiful lands of Costa Rica, so you'll hear some nature sounds and perhaps a little bit of rain and maybe a little bit of howler monkeys at the end. This is a class that is designed to help detox and cleanse. Whether you're on a detox or not, this class is designed to help the body's own elimination pathways. So through circulation, so increasing circulation, getting the lymphatic flow, the lymphatic system up and running, and lymph moving, to support digestion through twists, and also through the breath. There will be some intentional breath practices in the practice so that we could really clear out any stagnancy and get the energy moving so that we could feel clear and feel our best. There will be a nice Savasana at the end, and then followed by some Pranayama to further clear, and a little bit of meditation to rest in that still point after we've worked through the practice to find the liberty to be still. So get into something comfortable for this practice. Blocks are not necessary, but they might be useful, so just have them if you have them. There'll be some options to use the blocks. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'll help to get the video and the channel out to those who may need it. We'd greatly appreciate it for that support. And also I have love letters that I send out, like an email list. You can just check down for the link below so we can stay connected and you can know when new offerings are ready for you. I am leading a retreat here in Costa Rica in February 2026. Would love to have you if that aligns. All right, let's get this detox practice started. Let's begin on our backs. So go ahead and lay yourself down. And you can start with the legs straight out long, or you can have the knees bent, feet out wide as the mat, knees fall in to touch, if that is more supportive for your lower back. Arms could just be by your side for now. Whatever comfortable beginning position feels the most supportive for you. We'll be here for a little bit. We'll just allow ourselves to ground in. So you can close down your eyes or just soften your gaze, just to help us begin to shift from our external stimulating world, shifting internally. And we'll invite in 2 deep cleansing breaths to clear the space and land on our mats together. So exhale your breath through your nose. Big breath in through your nose. Let your belly, your ribs, your chest fill up. And an exhale out through the mouth, let it go. All the air goes out. We'll do that one more time. Nice big breath in, biggest breath you've taken all day so far. And exhale, release, let it all go. Feeling more spacious and ready for practice. We're going to bring both hands onto the belly, just the low belly here. And then just allow your attention, your awareness to drop into the rhythm of your breath, breathing in and out through both nostrils. Your whole body is soft and relaxed, tuning into the breath. We're going to do a practice called 3-part breath, just to bring some more awareness to the breath, one, and to expand the breath into the belly, and we'll bring it up into the ribs eventually, into the chest. So this will help bring some more openness and clear stagnancy in the lungs, and also bring awareness to the digestive system, part of the elimination pathways. So just start to deepen your breath here, continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. So you're just going to isolate the breath. So it's just breathing in the belly. So your chest and your ribs are going to be relaxed and soft. Your hands are on the belly there to guide you and to support you. So as you breathe in, you're going to feel your belly expand into the palms of your hands. And then as you breathe out, the belly is going to soften and relax. You're just going to find this nice, seamless, smooth rhythm, belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. And just focusing on the breath here in the belly. How smooth can you make your breath? feeling the belly rise and fall. A few more conscious breaths here in the abdomen. Now you're going to release that and slide your hands up to your rib cage. So one hand on each rib cage. You're going to let the belly stay soft, the chest is relaxed. You're just going to isolate the breath here in the ribs. So you're going to feel when you breathe in this expansion outward, and as you exhale, it comes back in, kind of like an accordion. And it might take a few tries to get it. So as you breathe in, your hands are there to support you. The ribs expand outward. And as you breathe in, they gently soften. So again, breath is smooth and even. Or you can imagine like the ribs are the gills of a fish, just expanding and contracting. And we'll take a few more deep breaths like that here in the ribs, solar plexus. Okay, we're going to release that and just slide your hands up to your chest. So the belly is going to stay relaxed, the rib cage is going to stay soft. You're going to isolate the breath in the chest. So your hands are there once again to support you. As you breathe in, the chest expands into the palms of the hands. As you breathe out, the chest softens. And just see how deep and smooth you can make the breath here into the heart space. Breathing all the way up into the collarbones, into the shoulders, keeping the shoulders soft and relaxed as you do this. Notice how it feels to breathe deeply into the chest, into the heart, the collarbones. A couple more breaths here like that. And once you finish your last cycle of breath here, we're going to tie it all together. So you're going to bring one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest and the heart. And this is your 3-part breath. So as you breathe in, you're going to feel the belly expand. Keep the belly lifted. The breath is going to continue up through the ribs and all the way into the chest. And as you exhale, the chest softens, the ribs lower, the belly softens. And then as soon as you finish, you're at the bottom of the exhale, you're going to continue right away smoothly into the inhale. As you breathe in, the belly expands, the breath rises up through the ribs, into the chest, collarbones, belly stays inflated. And as you exhale, the chest lowers, the ribs lower, the belly softens. And keep going like this. Find your own rhythm, your own pace and capacity, making the breath as smooth and as even as you can, nice and seamless. So the exhale seeps into the inhale and the inhale seeps into the exhale. And just notice how it feels to breathe deeply with intention and consciously. Take a few more nice deep breaths like this, 3-part breath, expanding the diaphragm, increasing the lung capacity, bringing awareness to digestion. Once you've finished your last full exhalation, you're going to release the control and the shaping of your breath And allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm in and out through both nostrils. Just let it be effortless. And we just take this moment, this opportunity to pause and receive the effects and what may or may not have shifted after doing this conscious breathing exercise, this technique. And I invite us to stay anchored to our breath throughout the practice, the breath being the guide and the anchor. Breathing in and out through the nose and inviting in exhales out of the mouth whenever you feel like you need to release or move something or just let something go. Nice way to down-regulate the nervous system. So you're going to bring your knees in towards the chest. Interlace your fingers. Give yourself a nice hug here. Be still, or you can gently sway and rock from side to side to massage the lower back. And if you're swaying from side to side, just come back to stillness. Bring one hand on each kneecap, and we're going to start to bring in some circles with the legs, bringing awareness into the groin, the lymph nodes in the groin, and staying tethered to your breath as we start to bring in some movement. Just moving in one direction, we'll do both directions eventually. Keeping the belly nice and relaxed and soft. And then you're going to change direction, go the other way, smoothing out this movement. And then finishing off your last circle, come back to center and just open up the legs apart. And take a couple deep breaths here into the inner lines of the legs, the groin, the hip flexors, belly is soft. And then bring your legs back together. We're going to rock and roll onto all fours. If you prefer to just roll over to one side, you can roll over to one side and meet me in tabletop position, all fours. So you're going to spread your fingers nice and wide. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll move into some cat-cows to open up the spine. So on the inhale, you're going to drop the belly, lift the gaze. Shoulders are out of the ears. As you exhale, we're going to round and pull the belly in, nose towards the belly button. A couple more times like this. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop the belly, tilt the pelvis. As you exhale, round, pull the belly in. That's your cat. And again, inhale, open up. Exhale, round, pull in. Feel that stretch in the back of the neck and the shoulder blades. Come back to neutral. We'll come into a puppy stretch. So your hips stay stacked over your knees. You're going to walk or slide the hands forward and bring your forehead down towards the mat. And it's all right if the head doesn't touch the mat. You can always bring a block under the forehead for more support, or you can always bend the elbows onto the ground. If you want it more active, just press your palms into the mat. Glide the shoulders down and away from you. Nice deep breaths here, opening up the spine, the underarms, the lymph nodes and the underarms. Beautiful. Come back to all fours. So carefully walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. We'll invite in some twist. So we're going to keep your right hand down. You're going to lift your left hand up. You're going to inhale, open up the chest. Maybe your eyes follow your fingers. And then as you exhale, take your left hand behind the right arm, but don't go all the way down yet. And just follow your eyes to your fingers. You're going to inhale, open up the left arm, twisting from the abdomen. And as you exhale, left hand behind the right arm. And then one more time, inhale, open it up, increasing your range of motion. As you exhale, we're going to come down. Left palm is up. You're going to bring your left shoulder down, left ear down. Your right hand's on the ground to support you. Or if you have the capacity, right hand to your lower back. Or bind right hand to the inside of the left inner thigh and start to spiral your right shoulder up towards the sky. Continue to breathe into the belly here. And twists are really great for opening up the pathways in our body for elimination. Also very, very balancing on so many levels of our being, physically and also energetically. If your hand is in a bind with so much care, bring that right hand back down to the ground and lift yourself back up onto all fours. We're just going to do a simple switch to the other side. So your left hand is going to stay down. On your inhale, you're going to reach your right arm up. Eyes can follow your fingers. This is also good for coordination. And as you exhale, right hand comes behind the left arm, but you're not going all the way down yet. Keep following the fingers. You're going to inhale, open it up, expand. Exhale, right hand behind the left arm, following the fingers. And last time, inhale, open up your wing. And as you exhale, thread the needle. So your right palm is going to be up, right shoulder comes down, right ear comes down. Left hand can stay here to support you. Or if you have the space, you can take your left hand to your lower back or left hand to the inside of the right inner thigh and use that as leverage as you push that right arm down to open up the left shoulder. Continue to breathe deeply here. All right, if your left hand is on the inside of your right inner thigh, you're going to release the left hand down to the mat and gently push the floor away. Push yourself back up onto all fours. And we'll do a cat-cow just to clean the slate. So you're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, push the floor away, pull the belly in. Come back to your neutral table. We're going to sit back on our heels. If you would like to take a block or 2 blocks in between the ankles for support to bring some more height, you're welcome to do that. If sitting on your knees is just not for you today, you can sit on your bum and prop yourself up so you feel comfortable. We're going to take our hands onto our shoulders and give ourselves some shoulder rolls. So elbows go up, back, and around and down. And just furthering opening up the pathways in the underarms. Continue to stay tethered and connected to your breath. All right, release that. You're going to reach both arms up. Inhale, lengthen out the spine. As you exhale, we'll come into a side stretch. So left hand comes down, right arm comes up and over. Keep the chest open, shoulders out of the ears. Your right sit bone roots down as you reach throughout the right fingertips. Breathe into the right side body. And notice how it feels to bring more breath into that right side and the right ribs. Feel it expand as you breathe in. And then inhale, both arms reach up, lengthen. As you exhale, right arm comes down, left arm comes up and over. Chest stays open so you're not collapsing in. Shoulders out of the ears. Root down through your left sit bone and reach through your left fingers. Breathe into that left side body. Feel that expansion and that openness, creating space. All right, both arms reach up. Inhale, reach up tall, long spine. As you exhale, lower the arms down. Hands could just be by the side or on your thighs, on your lap. We're going to invite in some neck rolls and open up the lymph and pathways in the neck, the throat. So just drop the chin down towards the chest and then lift the chin up, look up. A couple more times like that. Drop the chin down, lift the chin up and down and up. Back to center, look to your right. Center, left, center, right, center, left, center. Now, drop the chin down, bring one ear to one shoulder, and make a U shape. Drop it down, other ear, left ear to left shoulder. Just making this U shape back and forth. If this is all that you can do today, stay right here. If it's safe for your neck to go all the way around, start to go all the way around in one direction. And continue in that same direction, nice and slow, just exploring any areas where it might feel a little stiff or sticky. You might feel some clicks. If you ever feel sharp pain, you've gone too far, just ease off, take it slower. Maybe make the range of motion a little less. But a little bit of discomfort is okay. And if you're going in one full direction, just change your direction, go the other way, staying connected to your breath. Finishing off your last circle, coming back to center. You're going to take your hands, we're going to give ourselves a little massage here in our neck. So you're just going to take your hands, and there's no wrong way to do this. You're just going to go downward motion, one hand and the other, just inviting in that stimulation here of the lymph And plus it feels really nice to give yourself a little neck massage or throat massage, neck massage. And then just take it to the other side. So you can just drop your other ear down, make some space to just bring your hands in this downward motion towards the heart. I do this every morning just to get the systems going after you wake up. Okay, release. Now we're going to just give ourselves a little some tapping on the chest in a random motion, random rhythm, just awakening the thymus gland. Breathe into the chest, breathe into the tapping. And then you can take your tapping up the neck, or the ears, up to the crown of the head, stimulating pituitary gland, the different glands. You can tap your forehead, tap the back of the head. Then take your hands and just give your ears a little pull, the lobes, the sides, just going up the ears, giving you a little stretch. Beautiful. And then we'll just take our wrists and give our wrists a little shake, shake, shake. Just shaking the body. And then pause here with your palms facing up, backs of the hands on the thighs, shoulders down and back, and give yourself a moment to just receive. Take a cycle of breath in and out through the nose. All right, let's move into downward facing dog. So spread your fingers nice and wide, knees hip width distance apart, tuck your toes underneath, and push up and back into downward facing. And you can start to pedal out your dog here. Just open up the backs of the legs and the calves and the ankles. You can lift and lower your heels, whatever you like to do to open up your dog. You can always bend the knees a lot and dip your hips from side to side. Keep pushing down through the hands so the sit bones are reaching up and back, so you have a nice long spine. Don't worry if your heels touch the floor or not. This is about your spine more so than if the heels touch the floor. And then start to bring your dog to stillness if you haven't already, and focus your eyes on one point just between the legs there, and focus on the breath. We're going to inhale, shift forward into high plank. You can always bring the knees down here. Exhale, lower onto the belly. Elbows bend and they hug in. Tops of feet press down. Shoulders loop onto the back. Inhale to your cobra or baby cobra. Think of lengthening up and out rather than just crunching back. Chest is open. And as you exhale, push the floor away. Tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog. So you're going to reach your right leg up, three-legged dog, and open up the hip, bend your right knee, and start to bring in some hip circles, about 3 in one direction. Opening up the hips, continue to breathe. And you're going to change direction, about 3 circles in the other direction. And once you've completed that, you're going to re-extend the right leg, hips stay closed, inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to step your right foot through between the hands and gently place your left knee down. Reach your arms up. Low lunge, thumbs back in space. And drop the shoulders down. Right hip's pulling back as the left knee is drawing forward. You're finding that scissoring action in the hips. Eyes along the horizon. Bring your hands into prayer. You can always cushion your left knee if you need to for a little more support, or put a blanket there. You're going to bring your torso forward, push the palms into one another, chest is open, shoulders down. Inhale to lengthen. We're going to twist over to the right. And exhale, twist. Left tricep to the outside of the right thigh. Drop the right hip down. It's going to probably want to stick out. And really use the palms as leverage to open up the chest. And look out or look over to your right. And this is where we continue to breathe in the belly. Whenever you're twisting, it's abdominal breath. Rinsing the spine, bringing attention to the digestive system. How calm can you be? How much ease can you invite into this posture? If you want more, you can always tuck the left toes under and power up the back leg. But sometimes the knee down is exactly what we need. All right, if you have that back leg extended and powered up, place the knee back down. We're going to slowly untwist. Take our hands down. And you're going to heel toe your right foot out to the right and make space for your arms to be in lizard. So you can be on your fingertips here, or you can come onto your hands, Or if you want, you can come onto your elbows. Or if you have blocks, you can bring your forearms onto the blocks. Okay, yogi's choice. We'll hold this lizard shape, getting a little bit deeper into the psoas, the hips. Keep the shoulders soft and relaxed. A couple more breaths here. If you're on your elbows or if you have blocks here, just move them aside, come back onto your hands. Toes are facing the top right corner of your mat. Now you're going to tuck the back toes under and power up your back leg. We're going to step forward into Malasana, yogi squat. So you're going to step your left foot to the outside of the left hand and you're going to bend your knees, coming into a squat, palms touch. Use your backs of your arms to press the insides of your thighs. And notice if your weight is collapsing on the inner lines of arches of your feet, you want to have more, you want the weight to be evenly distributed, all four corners of the feet. Chest is open, shoulders down. You're going to root down with our heels and use the power of your legs, keeping your chest open and spine lifted. We're going to root down to rise. Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, hands come down, feet hip width distance apart. Tadasana, mountain pose, standing nice and tall. Your kneecaps are lifted, tail is lengthening down, neutral pelvis, shoulders onto the back, eyes along the horizon, and connect to your breath. Present in your being, present in your experience. All right, we're going to do this standing twist. You may know it from my joints and glands, something that I do every morning. So you're just going to take your feet maybe a little bit apart, farther apart, so that you feel stable. I'm just going to start to bring some arm swings in. And there's no wrong way to do this. You're just going to let your arms just slap your body. You can pick up your back heel so that you're not torquing on the knee. Your head could just gently go with you. Such a great way to awaken those elimination pathways, get things flowing. Waking up the lymphatic system. Okay, a couple more. The next thing we're going to do, okay, release, come to stand. We're going to shake it out just for a little bit. Just going to you can just start by bouncing the knees. You shake your wrists. You can exhale through the mouth whenever you need to. Get your shoulders into it. Don't be afraid to look silly. No one can see you, or maybe if they do, who cares? Maybe you'll inspire somebody. You can shake your legs. You can shake your head. You can open up your mouth, release your jaw. Just 5 more seconds. And then release, come back to stand, be still, find stillness, Tadasana, mountain pose. And just notice what you feel. And just observe from the seat of the observer, just notice. Come back to your breath, exhaling out of the mouth whenever you need. Just letting everything settle. Back to presence. And then let's take a little flow. So we'll reach the arms up, inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, fold over the hips, forward fold. Take a cycle of breath here in this forward fold. Shoulders out of the ears, chin is in so the back of the neck is relaxed. Just feel that nice opening in the backs of the legs, backs of the knees. And then on your next inhale, you're going to halfway lift. Nice and smooth fingertips to your shins or quads, shoulders back, chin in, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms, and then step back to high plank. You can always bring the knees down here. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, bend the elbows towards the back of the mat and lower down onto your belly. Shoulders loop onto the back, tops of feet press down. You're going to inhale into your baby cobra or cobra. And then exhale, tuck your toes under, push the belly in. Pull the belly in and push back to downward facing. Recenter. Can always exhale out of the mouth again as often as you need. Letting it go. Left leg's going to sweep up, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee and then start to invite in the hip circles here, about 3 circles in one direction. Just imagining like there's a marker at the end of your knee, your left knee, just tracing a nice big circle, and then just switch your direction, go the other way, about 3 circles. And then re-extend the left leg. Inhale, extend. As you exhale, step your left through between the hands, gently place your right knee down. Reach your arms up, low lunge, Anjaneyasana, thumbs back. Soften the shoulders, drop the left hip down, left hip pulls back, right knee forward. We're going to prepare for a twist. So you're going to bring your hands into prayer. You're going to bring your torso forward. Again, prepare yourself, shoulders down. And then you're going to inhale. And then as you exhale, you twist to the left, twisting from the abdomen. You can hook your right tricep to the outside of the left thigh. Push the palms into one another. Either just look out or look down or look out to the left. And again, option to power up the back leg if you'd like. And just check in with yourself and see what you need and what you truly, truly need. So it's not coming from this mind of like forcing something. If you need to power up the back leg and you need that extra challenge and support today, great. But if you feel like you're coming from like a competitive aspect, then check in to see. Maybe you need the knee down today. Just breathe into the belly. Nice and calm. Okay, if your knee is lifted, just place the knee down. We're going to slowly untwist. Take your hands down. Heel toe your left foot out to make space for your arms and your torso to be on the inside of your left leg. Lizard. So you can, again, pat up your right knee if you need. Use your blocks. Maybe you're on forearms, maybe you're on fingertips. Wherever you are is perfect today. Shoulders out of the ears. Then just drop into your breath. Be present to this experience, opening up the hip flexors, the groin. Okay, if you're on your forearms or if you have blocks here, just push it off to the side. We're going to prepare for Malasana. So you're going to tuck your right toes underneath and turn your left toes so that they're facing the top left corner of your mat. Power up your back leg. You're going to look forward because we're going to be stepping forward. So your right foot's going to step to the outside of the right hand and come into your squat. Palms push into one another. Chest is open, shoulders down. Relax the belly. Root down through your heels. Chest stays open, long spine. You're going to inhale, feel the power of your legs support you as you rise. And then exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Cycle of breath here. Eyes along the horizon, proud open chest. All right, we're going to take our hands behind us, interlace the fingers. Draw the knuckles down and away, open up your chest, inhale. Nice breath into the chest, the collarbones. As you exhale, a little bend in the knees and forward fold here with the hands interlaced. Just a few cycles of breath here. Nice stretch in the chest. And then carefully release your hands to your lower back and then down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift here, nice long spine, shoulders back, chin in. Exhale, you can either step back to downward dog, or if you'd like to flow it out, it's just one breath per movement like we were doing. Belly down on the exhale. Inhale is the cobra or baby cobra. And exhale back, downward facing. Take a nice breath in through the nose. And an exhale out through the mouth. All right. Inhale, lift your heels up nice and high. Really send your bum back, push through the hands. Then as you exhale, gently place your knees down. Come onto your sit bones and swing your legs out in front of you, preparing for seated forward fold. So I like to take my hands just below the sit bones and remove some flesh so that your sit bones can really feel anchored on the ground, and you can bend the knees as much as you need. If you feel like you're rolling back, just bend the knees or sit up on something. So have that integrity in the spine. You're going to reach the arms up overhead, thumbs back in space. On your exhale, you're going to come down about halfway, keeping the thumbs going back in space, biceps by the ears. And then inhale, lead with the thumbs, come back upright. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, come down about halfway, lengthen, 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 lengthen. Leading with the thumbs, inhale, rise back up. And then as you exhale, come and grab the feet. So again, bend the knees if you can't reach them. Relax the shoulders. Release the chin. Maintain some length in the spine here as you fold. Breathe into the belly. Couple more cycles of breath here. All right, the same way that we came in, we're going to come out. So we're going to extend the arms out in front of us, biceps by the ears, leading with the thumbs. Inhale, rise up, flat back, sit up tall. And then exhale, hands to your thighs. Take a cycle of breath here just to receive the forward fold. Okay, we're going to come into a wide-legged stance with the legs. So take your legs out nice and wide. And again, notice if you're rolling back, you might need to close your legs a little more. And then take your hands behind you and use that hands on the ground as leverage to bring an imprint of the groin to the mat so that your torso is stacked over your hips. Knees and toes are facing up towards the sky. We're just going to do a little twist. So you're just going to take your hands and frame your right foot. So maintaining the torso over the hips so that you have that tall spine. And then you'll just start to walk your hands and start to hinge forward towards that right leg. And you might come down a few inches, or maybe you'll come down a lot further. If you want, you can reach for the foot if you'd like, whatever expression you want to take. And just breathe into the belly. Keeping, again, the shoulders relaxed so we're not transferring tension anywhere else in the body. Just taking that internal scan and using the exhales to release any density or holding or gripping. Okay, and then you're just going to walk your hands back towards you, come to center, and then we'll take it to the other side. So take your hands and frame your left leg, and then start to walk your hands any amount, just bringing that hinge. You might notice one side might be a little bit different than the other, and that's okay. You're just noticing, you're not creating a story around it. Softening the shoulders. Walk your hands back in toward you. We're going to take the hands and assist the legs to close. And we're going to come on to our backs, preparing for bridge. So your heels will be close to your glutes. Feet are pointing forward, palms down onto the mat. You're going to press into your feet, gently engage your glutes, and lift your hips up into bridge. Palms can stay down to support you, or if you'd like, you can interlace the fingers and then walk the arms and shoulders underneath, pressing the forearms down into the mat. The weight is even on both sides of the legs, so just notice if one leg's dominating more than the other. Even it out. Now your breath is going to rise on the inhale into the chest, into the collarbones, and as you exhale, there's a softening, but you're staying lifted. So we're bringing in this gentle inversion, bringing the heart, the hips higher than the heart and the head. Nice and calm and at ease, steady, holding yourself as you breathe. Stimulating the elimination pathways to support that detox, the cleanse. It's super important to have open pathways so that we can stay healthy, keep a strong immune system, so everything flows with ease. All the systems are working smoothly, so we can feel our best. So if your hands are interlaced, you're going to release your arms and slowly roll down upper back, mid back, lower back. Release your glutes. Pause for a moment and feel this deep sense of groundedness. Now, if you have a block, grab your block. We'll come into a restorative waterfall. If you don't have a block, you can just bring your legs up towards the sky or swing your legs over a chair or the couch or the wall. Take your block on whatever setting you prefer. We have 3 settings on the blocks. I'm going to stick to the lowest one. And then, so it's right on your tailbone, that bony part just above your glutes, your sacrum. You're going to reach your legs up. And hands can either be by the side or hands on the belly, or if you want to bring your arms up overhead, you can choose, yogi's choice. Let your legs be effortless here, where you're welcome to close down your eyes. And again, just tune into your breath. So again, we're in an inversion, and this is inviting a downward force of energy, apana vayu. And this downward force of energy invites in release, invites in letting go, invites in calm, and all of that supports the elimination, the detox, the cleanse. Moving into our rest and digest energy, that space of healing and restoration. Just a couple more cycles of breath here. Okay, wherever you are, you're going to lower your legs back down to the ground. If you're on a block, you're going to lift your hips up and remove your block. Take a moment to receive. Now we're going to move into a twist. So you can do your favorite twist here. I'll guide you through a deeper one. So if you're coming with me, you're going to cross your right ankle, let it clear your left thigh. Fully cross over, clearing the left thigh. You're going to lift your hips up and shimmy them over to the right, and then let your legs drop over to the left. Arms out to the sides, palms up. If this is too much weight on your lower back, just uncross your legs. Okay? And then your head could just be center, or you can look over to the right for a full twist. Just drop your breath into your belly. You're welcome to close down your eyes or just soften your gaze. Maintaining a healthy, supple spine. Allowing for the energy to flow freely in our body. So we're going to, with care, release the twist, come back to center. If your legs are crossed, just uncross them. And I always like to give my hips a little lift and lower back down, because sometimes the hips get uneven when we're in a twist. So whatever twist you did on the first side, do the same variation on the other side. So if you're with me, you're going to cross your left leg completely over the right, lift your hips up and shimmy them over to the left a little bit, and then drop your legs over to the right. And then your arms open up, palms are open to facilitate the external rotation in the shoulders. Head is either center, or you can look away from your legs, go inward, abdominal breath, softening the shoulders. Just let the body unfurl at its own pace, never forcing it. With lots of care, we're going to come back to center, uncross the legs, give your hips a little lift up and lower, re-level, reset. Bring your knees in toward you, give yourself a nice hug here. You can always lift your chest and head up and come into a little seed. So we're going to come into Savasana now. Maybe give your knees a little kiss. Thank you, thank you, thank you, body. Thank you for allowing me to have this human experience, and extend out into Savasana. Taking up as much space as you'd like, and maybe taking up more space than you would normally allow yourself to. Palms are up. I always like to give my chest a little lift and then tuck the shoulders under, then relax the back down so the heart space is nice and open. So we're nice and open and receptive to receive Savasana. Close down the eyes if you haven't already. Release any control or efforting of your breath. The whole body is resting on the ground. There is nothing left here for you to do right now. This time is here for you to nourish yourself, to allow yourself to rest and receive in this deep place of healing and restoration. And just see if you could relax so much so that you can't tell where your body meets the ground and the ground meets you. Allow yourself to be deeply held, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Just notice what it feels like to be at home in the center of your multidimensional being. And know that this place of deep ease and calm and rest is always, always available to you. It's always there. can slowly and gently begin your return by deepening your breath. You can start to bring some movement back to your body. Maybe you move your wrists, your fingers, your ankles, your toes. Reach your arms up overhead for a nice big stretch, stirring your body back into wakefulness. And bring your knees in toward you one final time here. Give yourself a hug, acknowledge your efforts. Thank yourself for showing up for you, taking good care of you, filling up your own cup. And you can roll over onto one side and just pause on your side in this in-between space, taking a couple deep breaths into your upper back. And then we'll make our way into a comfortable seated position. So you can sit up on a block or sit up against the wall or sit on a chair, and we'll just do a pranayama breathing technique here called Kapalabhati, breath of fire, or skull shining breath. And it's a great energizing and purifying breath to release and move any stagnancy, especially if we're looking to cleanse and detox and keep the pathways open, the elimination pathways open. Excellent breathing technique to do. So it's just short, sharp exhales through the nose. The focus is on the exhale. The inhale will come naturally. You'll kind of feel your belly kind of pulse, but the focus is on short, sharp exhales. And then we'll inhale and we'll hold the breath in, and then we'll exhale and release and find stillness. But I'll guide you through. You can go at my pace or a little slower or a little faster if you've done it before. And when we're doing this, our come from is from a place of ease and calm. Hands on the thighs or on the lap, palms up or down, yogi's choice, or if you want Gyan Mudra, close down your eyes or soften your gaze, come to your breath. You're going to begin Kapalabhati, breath of fire. So just inhale 3/4 of your breath through your nose, and then begin. Join when you're ready. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your nose. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Hook the thumbs. Hold in. Nice and calm. Pull the root up in. Mula Bandha. Jalandhara Bandha. Chin in. Nice and calm. Holding in. If you feel like you need to exhale, you can exhale. When you feel ready, you're just going to exhale through the nose, and you're going to release the hands down by the side, all the way onto your lap, clear the space around you. And then let your breath shift back to its effortless breath. And just bring your attention to the heart space, center of your heart. And just let yourself be in presence, in stillness, just for about less than half a minute here. Just you and you. Bring your chin slightly down in towards your chest. Bring one hand to your heart. Bring the other hand on top of that hand. Notice how this gesture feels to you. And have compassion and care and kindness towards your beautiful self. giving thanks. And I thank you so much for your trust and for sharing your practice with me. From my heart to yours. Namaste.